what we're talking about now is what is psychological work. It's an emotional labour, generally. They're not in there digging holes and carting bricks. They're trying to look inside their own reasoning, their own emotions, trying to understand and integrate something within themselves. In the first meeting, they leave knowing what is coming up, what they're required to do, what I'm required to do, what it's going to cost, the frequency of the meetings, that sort of thing. Generally, it's some kind of a milestones happen, a setback, something's not right with their emotions, something's not right with their thinking or relationships, and then they'll end up going to get assistance, or they listen to a friend who says, go and see this person. If they go for assistance, they go to their doctor. So the doctor writes me a referral. So that's actually helpful to me because it gives me another clinician's perception. And then the referral says one thing, and I read that, and then I say, okay, well, the referral says this. You tell me in your own words. It's from that point that I get an assessment and an understanding and a kind of in clinical terms, I suppose it might be diagnosis, but it's an understanding of what the need is. And then I'm kind of formulating in my mind, what are my skills and how might I apply my skills to this need? My job is to make sure you understand the reason I'm telling you something and how you can apply it, if you choose. It's called free will. Emotional safety is really important. A person needs to feel safe enough to talk about their real problem. And if they're not feeling safe enough to talk about the real problem, they'll sort of sit next to it and talk about something else, but not the real issue. And that's kind of, when you meet someone in the street, a stranger, you'll say, oh, hello, nice day. And, you'll talk about something else rather than the real issue. How are you? Good, when you're really not. But when you go to a meeting with a counsellor or a psychologist, you really want to be able to go to both spaces. You want to be able to talk about but you also want to be able to talk about the real thing, why you're there. I have to be able to be willing to go to places that maybe they're not even ready to go yet, but I need to signal it's okay. If you want to go there, we can go there. So I've had many, many experiences where people come in and they'll be talking about something else, but then I say, well, I'm wondering whether there's something else you need to tell me, or is that all of it? And I might ask some very general question, like, is there ever been a time in your life where you felt unsafe? Something as very broad as that, and it'll be a trigger, and they'll say yes, and then they'll talk about the real issue of why they're there. Psychological work is about observing, it's about monitoring, and repeatedly doing that to the point where you're laying down a new neural network, because when a person comes to me, they're quite often stuck with a set of symptoms or a set of interactions with people in their life that really doesn't work for them. And they say, well, I need new ideas. Have you got any new ideas I can try out? And I'll teach them things. And each time they come in, I say, well, look, it's a learning experience. So I'm going to teach you a new idea, and I might explain it, I might demonstrate it, I might give them material to read, and then I say, well, look, we need a plan. What might you do next time? And then go out and try it out, come back and report the outcome. So psychological work, I suppose, is I really invite people to have an authentic, genuine interaction with me. It needs to be in a way where they're safe, and they learn something, and then they try it out and come back and report.